welcome to Pet Education with the Connecticut Humane Society. My name is Catherine Schubert, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager at the Connecticut Humane Society. Since 1881, the Connecticut Humane Society has been the leading resource in the state for companion animal welfare, enriching the lives of families and communities through adoption services, medical care, education, and prevention of cruelty. With 3 locations in Newington, Waterford, and Westport, CHS is independent of any national groups and does not receive ongoing municipal funding. We're excited to bring our pet education program to you as partners in working to find each companion animal a permanent, compassionate home, enrich the special bond between people and animals, and end animal cruelty. Today's episode is all about being a responsible pet owner and tips and tricks to ensure that that you and your pet always have a positive time when you venture out into the world together. We're going to be discussing the importance of training your pet, of understanding the benefits of pet ownership and various pet interactions, and we will also be sharing with you resources that the Connecticut Humane Society has available for the community. Today we have 2 special guests here with us to talk about pets at the that are getting training and being a responsible pet owner. So this is Ashley Marshall. She's our community outreach manager here at the Connecticut Humane Society. And we've also got Kimber here, which is Ashley's very own dog. So let's dive in, and can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here at the Connecticut Humane Society?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the community outreach manager, and our department does a variety of different things at the CHS. So part of our job is community assistance programs. So that includes our pet food pantry, which we have traveling pet food pantry as well as a standing pet food pantry. So all 3 locations have a pet food pantry where folks can apply to get onto the program and get some assistance with food to help prevent surrender of their pets, right? Keep those pets in that loving home if we can provide some food assistance. Right. We also do community pet wellness clinics around the state in areas of need, providing vaccines and other wellness care for pets in the community. Good girl. And then the other part of my job and my team's role is humane education. So we do education for youth, so pre-K all the way up through the high school level, doing different programs, teaching children about care for pets and safety and just a variety of other topics. And we also do adult education. So we do senior centers, community centers, we'll take programs there, and we'll also do public webinars as well that are free. And I know we'll talk a little bit more about those as we go on today, sure. But that's a big thing that we do to kind of keep pet owners in the community educated as well.
Very cool. So what would you say is the favorite part of your job?
I think my favorite part is working with children. I enjoy going into the schools and talking with kids, as they always have great stories about pets, and it makes such a good connection for them to, animals, but also people. There's so many things that animals have, their feelings and kindness that really connects the kids to pets and helps them in their day-to-day as well. So that's kind of one of my favorite things to see, is kids drawing those connections and really taking things away from our program.
Yeah, that's great. So what led you to go into community outreach, and how did you come to Connecticut Humane Society?
Yeah, so I was getting my degree at the University of Connecticut in animal science and wanted to be a teacher. That was kind of my goal, teaching in animal science in a high school setting, most likely. And as I was there, I started doing a high school tutoring program in a low-income area in our state. And where are you going? Come here.
Okay, there you are.
Stealing our show. And I kind of found my passion for working for underserved communities and decided that going standardized education route wasn't going to be a good fit for me, at least right now. And started looking for a job that combined animals and community work and education if I could, and found a job at the Connecticut Humane Society as an outreach coordinator, and started there and kind of worked my way up to manage our department.
Very cool. So what do you personally consider the most important part of being a responsible pet owner to be?
So I think the most important part is to advocate for your pet. And what I mean by that is to know your pet's needs and to make sure that they are set up for success. Whether you're in the community, people are coming to your home, you're taking your dog out to get vaccines at the veterinarian or to the groomer, just knowing your pet's needs. Kimber, she's a very social dog. She loves other people, enjoys interacting with animals as well, and children, anyone. Yeah. So for her, you still have to advocate for a friendly dog. Sometimes they may not be in the mood to interact with people, or maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe you're doing some training and they just need some space. And so advocating for that, thank you, is important. And then, you know, same with shy dogs, right? You take your dog on walks still, even if they're shy, they're gonna see other dogs and other people, and chances are someone's gonna come up and want to pet them. Yeah. And that might not be the best thing for your pet. So knowing just how to say no and advocate for your pet's needs is really important, and it's a really great starting point for being a responsible pet owner. That's
great. And yes, pets don't have voices of their own. They do speak, but they don't speak our language. So it's important to be able to read their body language, what they need, and be that advocate for your pet. For sure. That's fantastic. Thank you. So what does your average day as our communications or community outreach manager look like?
There's not really an average day in community outreach, or I think in animal welfare in general. But my job, I can be doing a variety of things on any given day. I can be answering emails from clients in the morning, and then going out and teaching a program in the afternoon, and then that evening guiding a webinar online for folks, or running our pet food pantry, and then going out and doing a site visit for clinics, upcoming clinics, to see if that site's going to work for us. I get to interact with animals on occasion. I have my own dogs that sometimes get to make appearances, but we don't bring any pets to our program, so I don't interact with animals when I'm teaching, but I do, get to do some in the kennel when I'm in the office. But like I said, a variety of things going in the community, and just really interacting with community pets and people in the community.
That's great. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds fantastic. Thank you. So since we've got Kimber here, do you want to give us a little introduction to Kimber?
Yes. So this is Kimber. She's about 3 years old, and I adopted her from the Connecticut Humane Society. She was about 9 weeks old when I took her home.
So small.
Yes, she was tiny, and she grew into this very large dog. We were all very interested in knowing what she was breed-wise. She looks like a Border Collie or Bernese Mountain Dog. We weren't sure. So we did DNA test her, and she came back. She's actually Boxer American Staffordshire Terrier, commonly known as the Pit Bull, Collie, so that makes a little more sense.
Yes, it does.
And Australian Cattle Dog. So she's got a lot in her. She's got more breeds than that. I think there's like 14, but she's all mixed. But we love her, and she's a great dog. She enjoys going out into the community, so she's kind of a good example for, the training that gets you there and kind of can get you to help your dog out in the community and being an advocate for them. But not all dogs are like Kimber, and that's okay. I have another dog who's not as social as her and does not enjoy social situations. But she's definitely into that.
That's fun. So what are your favorite adventures together when you do get to go out?
I think Kimber and I probably have different favorite adventures. She's more of an outdoorsy, enjoys hiking and seeing wildlife and doing all of that. She lives on a farm, so she likes, being free reign. But she does like the hikes and all of that, and I enjoy that as well. But I do enjoy being able to bring her to public spaces as well. Right, Lowe's and Home Depot are pet friendly, and it's nice just to change up her day and her daily routine, and bring her to those different environments, seeing different people and different smells and sights and sounds. Petco, Tractor Supply, all those places are pet friendly, and a lot of breweries and restaurants as well in the summertime, just to get her exposed to other things. That's my favorite thing, because I like making sure pets have enrichment, and especially my own animals. But she definitely is more of the outdoorsy hiking type.
I see. But that's great, because they get the mental and physical stimulation all at once, which makes them a much happier dog in the long run.
Absolutely. And she does love to swim as well.
Oh,
so
very
if you
nice.
can swim, it's a great day.
That's awesome. And that's great, because we have so many coastal towns that have those dog-friendly beaches too, so that's really fun. Okay, so later in this episode, Kimber is going to do some training demonstrations for us, show us a little bit about the things that help keep you both safe while you're out and about. But I want to go into depth a little bit about some of those programs that you talked about that can help make some of our community members more responsible pet owners, because there's always things that you can do to be helping make your community a little more safer, make your dog a little more responsible and respectful as they're going out and about too. So I know we offer a class called Pet Savvy Citizens. Can you tell us a little bit about that class?
Yeah, so Pet Savvy Citizens, we designed this program for adults and, pet owners, but also folks who may interact with pets, and honestly, that can be any of us. You may not really enjoy pets or interacting with them in any way, but chances are you're going to see them on a walk, and just knowing how to be safe and keep yourself, keep that dog and you comfortable in that interaction. Even if you're not gonna, touch them, you might walk past them. That's really helpful. So that class is really designed for everybody. And we talk a lot about pet behavior, body language. We talk about cats, but mainly we focus on dogs. The average person, right, you're gonna see a dog out in the community more so than a cat. And we talk about body language. Kimber's gonna try to run away. And help people know those more subtle body language clues, right? We usually know a happy tail wag, or maybe we know what a whine means, or, a bark or a growl. But there's more subtle ones that we don't always think of as, your average pet owner. So we talk about those and interactions as well. So if you wanted to pet a dog, right, if you wanted to go up to them and greet them, you can share that with your friends and your family members. And then we also talk about just general safety in the home, right? Dogs and pets are tripping hazards, and how to keep yourself safe, especially as we get a little older and less agile, or even children too, right? Kids can trip over them. So we talk about general safety too.
That's great. Yeah, it's a really great program. So what are some real life scenarios that people in your class have talked about in encountering dogs or other dogs?
Yeah, so lately, we've actually seen a bit an increase in folks who are a little more apprehensive or afraid of dogs even. And not really sure, that didn't occur maybe pre-COVID as much. We definitely saw people who were afraid of dogs, but I think there's been an increase. Okay. And I'm not sure if that's because they weren't in society as much, but regardless, we do talk about kind of trying to overcome that fear a little bit, or as a dog owner, how to be prepared for someone who may be a little more apprehensive of your dog. Not every person wants to greet a dog. So when you're out and training your dog and working in the community, understanding that, just giving them a free leash to walk up to whoever, even if they are friendly, that person might not want to interact with your dog. Right. And that's totally okay, right? That's an important way to advocate for yourself and be a responsible pet owner, is keeping your pet under control.
Yeah.
And then we also do some live demonstrations with our plush pets. So those are always a beneficial way to learn how to interact with back and forth with the pet, because that's something that a lot of people say, oh, I had somebody run up to my dog the other day. It's usually children, but it can happen with adults as well. And pat them on the back without even asking. And the hind end area is a little more, even more so concerning. Dogs like to be pet on the other side of their neck or their back here. We try to avoid reaching over. Dogs don't really like that. Kimber is well behaved and will let me demonstrate whatever. But we have a lot of people who say, especially children, just kind of run up to my dog. How can I, advocate for my not so friendly dog? Or what are the steps I can teach them in that moment to maybe better the interaction for the next dog who might not be friendly, or who might not like that as much. So we talk about that.
Very cool. Yeah, you never know what you're going to experience when you go out in the world with your dog. There's a whole bunch of things that can happen. So something like that can be scary, but if you're prepared with something like Pet Savvy Citizens, then you're in a better shape to deal with circumstances you didn't want to deal with.
Absolutely.
But so this program is designed for adults, but we definitely offer some programs that are for children as well. Can you talk a little bit about those?
We do. So we have a variety of programs for our younger kids. We start with our pet paws and pages. We read the children a book about pets, and then we talk about kind and safe interactions, just starting really basic with them, giving them the steps to greet a dog. Of course, repetition and practice is key for that, but just starting off with, making sure they know pets have feelings too, and that kindly interacting with them is going to be really important for keeping them safe and everybody happy.
Yeah.
We also do a lot of pet care, things that pets need, basic needs, all of that. But really we focus a lot on safety, feelings, and kindness for our kids, ensuring that they're not going to run up to that dog and maybe, just tap them, because we don't know, right? We teach them, not every dog is friendly, not every dog can be pet. Some dogs are working. Some are medical alert dogs for folks who have either diabetes or seizures or anything like that. And sometimes they can look just like Kimber. They don't have to have a vest on to easily identify them as a working dog. So getting them used to looking at a dog and that whole picture too. We talk about body language as kids start to get a little older. And then of course, always focusing on those steps to greeting a dog, making sure that they're walking up to them, asking that owner, asking our dog as well. And then, you know, where to pet them. Like I said, the back of the head, the side of the neck here, not reaching over their head, not going in their tail or their paws. Not every dog likes that. So really focusing on how to be a good person around dogs.
Yeah, definitely. So there are free monthly pet talks, but there's also paid fee-for-service programs that are available to libraries, senior centers, and classrooms. So what is the difference between those two different things?
Yeah, so we do those pet talk webinars. They're free, and the Connecticut Humane Society puts them on monthly. And you sign up via our Eventbrite or our website. You can find them on our social media, and they're for the everyday pet owner or just pet lover, pet enthusiast. They're family friendly as well. And they provide just some basic knowledge from an expert in their field on different things. So we're doing one on dental care. We've done nutrition for dogs, but we've also done small animals, rabbits, guinea pigs, because they sometimes get forgotten. Right. We do all types of pets, so it's not just about dogs. We focus on lots of different animals. We'll also do like pet first aid. We've done, introduce like dogs and kids as well to kind of help with adults getting their tips so that they know how to help with kids interacting with dogs. There are a variety of topics that we focus on, and we try not to repeat them. So different experts every month, different topics, and they're free to sign up. And usually they're in the evening. So, if you work, you can still sign up. They usually start at 6 or 6:30, and they're completely free. Then we have our basic programs. We have a standard list of programs that we offer in community centers, libraries, and those centers pay to bring in the Connecticut Humane Society to offer one of our educational programs to their constituents or their residents, if it's an assisted living facility, senior center, and those are all available on our website. You can kind of see which ones we have and go from there, and then you'll book with us and bring us into that area.
Perfect. Yeah, so all those resources are available at our website, cthumane.org, for anyone who's interested in learning more and getting involved, because pet savvy people make for a safer community, because there are lots of pets roaming about, and not roaming about necessarily, but they're all about, and we want to make sure that we're having good interactions with animals in our community. So that's fantastic. So training your pet is another way to ensure that you are having a safe interaction with the world when you go out on your adventures with your pet. And that is something that the Connecticut Humane Society also offers to the public. There are training classes for your pet that you can sign up for, no matter where your pet is at in their training. So also available on our website, cthumane.org. Lots to learn on there. But I think we want to go into a training demonstration a little bit with Kimber, because she has a bunch of party tricks, doesn't she?
She does, yes. Yeah, we had lots of time when she was younger to focus on some training, and she will happily demonstrate. Hopefully.
Fantastic. All right, so let's dive into that.
Oh yeah, she's like, no, I do nothing without
treats only.
Incentive. Okay, sit. Good girl. So a lot of what I trained Kimber, are your basic commands. So sit, yes, good girl. Down, yes, good girl. Lots of positive reinforcement. You can do that in a variety of ways, right? Treats are always fantastic, especially in overstimulating situations, like kind of one we're in now. Kimber's never been here. There's lots of people, new sights and smells. High value treats are important. So I've got hot dogs. She also loves cheese, chicken. There's going to be different things that work for your dog. Kimber's very food motivated. Not all dogs are. So sometimes I've occasionally changed it out and used a toy that she really likes just to give that reward a little differently. But these different commands, like sit, right, basic and important, this floor is a little slippery, down, good girl, are going to help keep your dog safe and in the community as well. Right, so practicing these in a variety of situations is going to be important, making sure your dog will listen to you, putting them in a down or a down stay, and being able to, step back from your dog is helpful if there's another dog about, or you need them to stay while you look at something in Home Depot. If you're going to bring them out, come, good, sit, yes, good girl. So those are all kind of things that are going to help you in the long run keep your dog safe and keep other people safe and keep them being a good citizen. We also taught Kimber, one of the first things I ever taught her was you could use a variety of different commands to do it. Look. Good girl. And it's just to hold that eye contact. That's not really natural for dogs. Dogs, when they hard stare at each other, it means that they're trying to intimidate the other one, right? It's not a friendly thing. But getting your dog comfortable looking at you, or you could say, look, or watch me, and just giving them that couple seconds at the beginning, right? And then giving them treats. Good girl.
She's so good.
That will help redirect them too. Or if they're not fans of other dogs, getting that command to just have them look at you, or maybe they really think squirrels are super cool, and you want her to focus or him to focus on you, giving that command of watch me is really important to help them focus.
That's
good girl. What else does Kimber know? She has some fun, super fun tricks. Like we taught her, she was a little bit too mouthy when it came to taking treats. Food's exciting, I don't blame her, but we taught her to taste it, and it has really helped her slow down in the amount that she tries to grab food. So we'll see if she'll do it. Taste it. Good girl, taste it. So she'll lick the treat, and then you'll say, go ahead. And she'll take it. Much more gentle now. So that one took a little bit of time, getting her to lick the treat and taste it. She also is a little bit of a loudmouth, so we taught her to speak on command. It has helped a little bit in toning down the unwanted speaking.
Fair enough.
Can you speak? Speak? Wow, now we're gonna be silent. She's like, no, thank you.
She had a lot to say before, but not now.
She sure did. Kimber, speak? Speak? All right, cool. We'll do something else. Sit. Oh, okay. Speak. Good girl.
She had to get in position for that.
She must stand to speak. Okay. And then sit. I know, the floor. Sit. Good girl. Down. All right. Over. So we also taught her to roll over like this. It's not all the way over, so we use the over command, not roll over. That's actually really helpful when trimming her nails. So maybe not out in the community helpful, but helpful for you as an owner. Teaching her that over, she gets in that position, she'll lay over for me, and I can trim her nails real easy. And that's kind of Kimber's tricks, I would say. That's her. Oh, she can spin too. This one's just for fun.
Let's
right?
do it.
She doesn't need to spin out in the community. Oh, Kimber, I'm out of cookies. Here's one. Okay. Ready? Come. Good girl. Spin. Yes. Good girl. Do it again. Spin. Yes, good girl. So lots of reinforcement that, yes, that good girl. I don't always have cool treats, but she likes the reinforcement, and sometimes you run out, right? So the yes or the good girl should eventually become enough, and when you're in these situations, bringing those treats is important.
For sure.
Good girl. Ready?
All right. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for that demonstration. That all comes in handy with being a responsible pet owner, because even for things like side, which you're not going to do out in the community, is great for taking care of your pet and making sure that they can get that routine care, and that they're also comfortable with you just handling however they need to be handled. Because all right, so let's wrap that up. Not everyone's going to have a Lassie in their home, but just having those basic commands so that you guys can stay safe out in the community is really important. But if you're interested in getting involved in any pet talks, webinars, or classes offered by the Connecticut Humane Society, you can learn all about these programs at cthumane.org. There are programs for kids, pet owners, and for people who just love pets. If you have questions about behavior and training tips for your own pets, you can head over to the Connecticut Humane Society website, cthumane.org, to check out all of our pet care resources. From tips on better understanding cat body language to leash reactivity with your dog, you can find it all on our website. If you're considering adopting a pet with the Connecticut Humane Society, our adoption counselors are here to make a successful match with you and the right pet. You can see all of our currently available pets at cthumane.org/adopt. When you adopt with CHS, your adoption fee includes basic behavioral support after adoption if needed, a temperament evaluation for any pets over 6 months old, or training classes with the Connecticut Humane Society for any puppies under 6 months old, as well as lots of other great benefits that will put you on the path to being a responsible pet owner. And lastly, we'd like to thank the donors of the Connecticut Humane Society that make programs like Pet Savvy Citizens possible. Without your generosity, none of these educational and inspiring programs would be possible. You are helping to make this community safer and savvier. If you're interested in becoming a donor and giving all pets the love and support they deserve, please visit cthumane.org/bethechange. Thanks for tuning in.